back to DR News. I'm Don Randlemanson. Disco Risque is headed back out on the road for debut shows in Nashville and New Orleans, as well as hitting a few familiar cities along the way in Arkansas and Colorado. For everything you need to know on the upcoming tour, go to discorisque.com. And now, for our headlining story. Yours truly sat down with Dan Randlemanson to find out who, what, and how he is. Thanks a lot, Don. So I'm sitting down here with Dan Randlemanson, the engine behind Disco Risque, if you will. Dan, you've worked for these guys for years now. What motivates you to keep going?
Well, I like the music. It's good, and I appreciate what they're trying to do, but ultimately, a while back they said they'd give me money to go back home. Boise, Idaho. I think my mom still lives there, and I'd love to see you again.
That is a little bit sad.
Yeah.
So Dan, with all the hard work you do for Disco Risque, what does Dan do for Dan?
Well, I've recently gotten into cooking, and I came up with this dish that I affectionately call Dan Cakes.
That sounds delicious. Tell me about Dan Cakes.
Oh yeah, so what you do is you take a batter-like substance and you pour it into a pan until it gets thin, and then you flip it till it gets fluffy. You take it out. I like to put syrup on it or butter.
Those are pancakes.
Yeah, but when I make them, Dan Randlemanson, they're Dan Cakes.
You sure are a special boy, Dan.
Ma in Boise always said so.
One last question. I hear the boys in DR recently gave you a raise.
I said we don't talk about the money.
Back to you, Don. Boy!